Hey Dub, this is Dave Decide. Today I want to get into a Jung Kook and a Charlie Puth picture of him with no clothes. I also want to get into a Jimin accidentally writing a coming out that he likely didn't mean to. And of course, Jung Kook gets dragged by some fans. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Let's get into it. BTS members getting dragged by fans is nothing new. I just always find it quite funny and interesting how they choose to be offended by something. If you look at the history of what has offended some of these people, it actually makes me quite sad to see that something so irrelevant to actual day-to-day life and something that doesn't affect someone's life personally can be taken so personally, and someone can be so offended by it. Meanwhile, the artist has no idea they exist and does not care about their opinions. So what am I referring to here today? There are some people on Twitter who were a little upset or scared over the idea of Jung Kook releasing a solo album, and the main reason is because they know that Jung Kook has a lot of supporters and believe that the success of his solo album will set a precedent for the rest of the members, and then talk about how the other members may not achieve the same success and there would be fan wars or whatever. Fan wars are not the problem of the artist. That is a personal problem between people who have too much time on their hands. If you have time for fan wars, then you have time to stream. You have time to better your own life. There's always more things you can do in your own life to better your situation and be happy. Don't do fan wars. But going back to the idea of Jung Kook's popularity being a precedent for the rest of the members is not 100% what could happen. And I think people would be surprised. I think a large amount of songs' initial success has to do with the fandom. We are going to be the first to hear it, first to buy, but eventually we move on to other songs, and then the success of those songs will often be carried by new people who haven't heard the song before or just heard the song on the radio and decided to give it a listen. So while a more popular member could get an initial boost and even a small sustained boost, a big part of the success of a song is if the song has mass appeal on its own, i.e. does it actually sound appealing to a mass audience? Will someone, if they heard it on the radio, immediately Shazam it and download it? And if people saw a snippet of the music video on TV, will the music video have enough power to get people to actually go on YouTube and find the music video to stream? These are markers of a song's success. It's not just the fans, although we do play a part. My point is here, it doesn't matter who is believed to be the most popular. If any of the members produce a song that is good, it will achieve success in the long run, and it does not mean that Jung Kook is the only one to get a really successful album. Even if Jung Kook was the only one that was famous and the rest of the members were upcoming artists, how many times have you literally seen a no-name celebrity produce a song and that song goes super viral and in 1 week they're suddenly a household name, or they're all over TikTok? Happens a lot. One of the examples used against my point was that Jung Kook gets such high streams on his live streams, but RM's recent collab called Sexy Nukim didn't get that many streams. However, I don't know if this is a fair comparison. If you go back to two streams around the same time, because that's the most fair to compare, they both weren't doing as much, so it's the most fair. RM did a stream in April, and then Jung Kook did one in June. RM got 6.7 million plays for his stream, and Jung Kook got 7.6 million. It's pretty fair. And then also Sexy Nukim, which I did react to on my Patreon, so if you want to check that out and have a discussion about it, I will link my Patreon below. But the song is definitely a bit more of an acquired sound. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. I liked it after the chorus hit the second time. And it's just a unique sound. It's not a pop sound, and the artists on track were not necessarily a household name. So there isn't going to be that initial push like for Left and Right with Jung Kook. Left and Right was also a way more commercial sound, and a sound that every person will probably like. It's not an acquired sound, it's just a sound that is well liked. And an artist that does hip hop is naturally going to get less views than an artist that does pop. It doesn't mean the hip hop song is bad, it just has less of an audience, but could be a fire hip hop song or the best hip hop song in that community. Left and Right always seems to make their way around and has still been breaking records, which so cool to hear. The song is so catchy, and it seems like Charlie is trying his best to continuously bring attention to the song. He has been posting some risque photos online, or some pretty naked photos. This is nothing new for Charlie, but definitely seems like a way to garner more attention for the song. However, I really want to know the numbers for this. I am genuinely curious. Do naked pictures actually equate to more streams? Because if you see a naked picture, your reaction is to check out their music. Wouldn't people try to see if the artist has like an OnlyFans, and then if not, move on? But I guess it has to be working, because Charlie started out when Left and Right was being released. He posted selfies of him very naked in his pool and then some underwear pictures leading up to the release. And of course, more recently he posted an underwear picture of him in front of a mirror. These photos went viral on Twitter and so many people were talking about this. And of course, a lot of people were either upset or loved it. You never see a neutral reaction to almost naked pictures. Charlie then posted a photo where you could see his entire backside and he was facing the mountains on a swing. This made headlines everywhere and people were surprised to open their Twitter or whatever app to see a butt naked Charlie. Of course, a lot of armies follow Charlie now after Left and Right, so there were definitely a lot of army comments who had something to say about these photos. And one of the biggest concerns was, did Jung Kook see this on set when they were filming Left and Right? I mean, artists usually have changing rooms, so they likely wouldn't get naked in front of each other, but also on set, there's usually 50 other people, and artists are given time in the filming schedule to go to their trailer and change. So it is less likely that Jung Kook saw Charlie naked. And then the others were saying that they need to protect Jung Kook from seeing all this, that he has innocent eyes and can't take it, but we need to stop treating him like a baby. There was a weverse comment that called Jung Kook a baby, and Jung Kook was like, I'm not a baby. And Jung Kook has been trying so hard to get away from this he's too young thing, or that he is a baby with baby cheeks and all that. He even starved himself for days so that his baby fat on his cheeks didn't show up when he was filming Butter. This shows he does not like being called a baby or a bunny. It shows it's clear that he's insecure about it, but also that we as the audience can start to treat him more like an adult. But an adult can handle a naked picture on social media. Of course, Jung Kook has talked about his love of Charlie for so many years, and people were just wondering what Jung Kook's reaction would be to Charlie's naked pictures. They think that he would like it, but maybe would be too scared to publicly do it as it would get him in trouble. Perhaps the naked Charlies have inspired Jung Kook to be more naked on his own work. I don't doubt Jung Kook saw it and had a good laugh or enjoyed it. I know the rest of the world did, and he shouldn't feel scared to show affection and love to Charlie and what Charlie posts. Charlie has been on a liking frenzy back when Jung Kook was nominated for First Korean Soloist at the VMAs, so I have no doubt Jung Kook would extend the same support for however Charlie chooses to present himself online. People already call both of them gay, and they kind of lean into that. They're both fine with it. The music video was gay and it was great. Of course, people are always looking for clues to see if they're actually gay, and oftentimes with a language barrier, it's hard not to have things be misinterpreted. Jimin posted on Weverse after a long time of no activity. He posted a photo of the members walking out on a red carpet from somewhere, and he captioned it as Jung Kook appearing or walking out. However, Weverse translates it as Jung Kook is coming out on TV, as in coming out to be gay. So this is likely not what Jimin's intention was. However, it did happen and the internet had a good laugh about it. But what do you think? Do you think Jung Kook would be scared to support Charlie's naked pictures? Do you think he enjoys when artists express themselves in this way and supports Charlie? I think he liked it, but silently. And what do you think about Jung Kook getting dragged over the Sexy Nukim song and not having more streams? And how do you feel about the Weverse translation saying Jung Kook is coming out? Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks, just lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.